Hey everyone, Sarasota Tim, coming to you from inside my Wolf Pup 16FQ camper. Home sweet home. My nice comfortable bed back here. I'm cooking a burger on the grill out there right now. Let's take a walk outside away from this noisy roof air conditioner, no doubt you can hear. Let's go outside. It's starting to cloud up. And it could possibly sprinkle, shower, something. Got a new spatula. I bought one at Dollar Tree, and it was so flimsy it wouldn't even lift the hamburger without falling off. So Miss Tammy was kind enough to go to Walmart and get me this Farberware spatula, as well as pick me up a couple of other things that I need for my Friday gig with Publix. I'm doing a mom saver, they call it. I got my boxes under her car cover over there that the company I work for out of Texas, Crossmark, sends me. You know, there's gloves in there, some sulfur cups and things to put samples in. I am to purchase watermelons, whole watermelons, well, round ones, small ones. Tammy went and got me a cutting board, which I didn't have. I have a knife, obviously, and a little melon scooper, but it's more of an ice cream scooper. So if it doesn't work, I'll just use the knife. And I'm to cut up little pieces of watermelon and put them in the sulfur cups. And I got about 100 plastic forks and these napkins. And I am to hand out coupons called Mom Saver. Coupons to anybody and everybody for different manufacturer products that I will also have on display on my table, and then offer them some melons called Fresh Florida, this event. Anyway, got this burger going here. They gave me, they give me a debit card to purchase the melon and stuff at the Publix, and then they want me to purchase something for less than $1. At 3 o'clock. This demo is from 11 to 3. I've been doing them from 1 to 4, 1 to 5, something like that. But most of them have been, I've been told, 11 to 3. So I go in a little earlier, but it's not too early, and I get off earlier, so I'm not fighting the 5 o'clock traffic. I kind of like that. And I still have time to go to the gym or something. So I'm going to be busy the next, every weekend for the rest of this month, including a Thursday and a Friday, at least a Friday. So it's like a 3-day work in a row, 3-day schedule. Let me flip this burger. Let's take a look at it. Can you see it? Boom. Still raw in the middle. I like to cook them with the lid up, because when you go to a restaurant, they cook it on the grill. They don't close it. So that's the way I'm cooking it. I know it has its benefits. Anyway, back to the job. The melons. And then this credit card, I have to buy something for less than $1 at the end of my shift to prove I was there, or it's kind of like a time clock stamp, which is fine because no one's really there watching you, and people do take advantage and maybe leave 20 minutes to a half hour early, and this just sort of prevents that. So I got no problem at all. Miss Tammy got a job. Yeah. She got her a little job at one of the little popular jewelry stores. It's not real jewelry, but it's that fake stuff, but it's real popular. There's a chain of them. And so she picked her up a little side hustle, working part-time to supplement her Social Security. And so now we're both, making a few dollars every week to help out our monthly check. And that's really good. And I'll tell you, if you are retired and you're getting Social Security and you're finding your dollars are limited and you don't have a pension coming in with it, if you start getting a side hustle and doing some kind of part-time work that you enjoy, nothing that's too laborious, something that you actually, whether it be outside or inside, I like being in the AC. And I'll tell you about what I did today that wasn't in the AC. And make a few extra dollars. You don't want to go back just sitting around. You don't want to go back to just sitting in the camper watching Stone Cold Steve Austin movies or Westerns. You like, getting out a few days of the week, a few hours, and at the end of the week you get a little paycheck, and then you get that government check. Makes you feel good. You got self-esteem, you're amongst people. It's really, there's no going back. I would never, I did it for 2 years. I just sat here and I lived on my Social Security because I was able to. As you guys know, I put in my last video, I'm debt free, but it really didn't go very far. And I really did have to borrow a little bit from my savings every month, which was bringing that down. That was uncomfortable for me. So I wanted to go to work, and I looked for a job and made a few videos talking about nobody was responding to these applications on that app called Indeed. Miss Tammy, she just went into that place, and that still works. Back in the days, that's what we did. We didn't fill out online. We just went into a business and said, hey, I'm looking for a job. Are you hiring? And you can still do that. They may ask you to put your information in online, but you are still able to go in. If the manager's there, or the person that makes those decisions, or knows they need help and can get you in touch with somebody that makes that decision, there's nothing better than a one-on-one personal experience where they see you, meet you. I mean, I don't even get how they hire people online, with just, blanks filled out. They haven't even met you, especially if it's got to do with customer service and, the company wants you to, engage with people. But that's not with every job. Some are just stalker jobs or answering the phone and, whatever. So let me tell you about what happened this morning. My friend Pete, who was staying in the unit over there temporarily, he has that boat elevator business. He's been doing it for years. We used to sell cars together back in the day. I've known Mr. Pete for 40 plus years. You don't know many people that long. Friends are hard to come by. Everybody's an acquaintance. It's hard to make friends. It takes years to make a friend. Well, Pete's a friend. And he has a need for help because this is a very laborious job that he has. Dangerous, heavy lifting, back breaking, all parts of it. Have you ever seen a boat lift? It's on the backyard of a people's house. There's a seawall and there's an elevator that people drive their boat up on it, and it lifts it out of the water. So when the tide comes in and out, the water is high, the boat is high and dry, and it doesn't get that algae built up on the bottom, and it doesn't get beat to death by other boats going by, banging against the seawall. So everyone down here that has a boat, which is everybody, like a swimming pool, has a boat lift. I call them boat elevators. They're called boat lifts. So anyway, he needed some help today putting on the bunks. That's the part that the boat actually drives on. They're wood. Some are aluminum. And the boat sits on that, on the bottom of the hull, as the elevator or the lift pulls it up. And the guy had a new seawall put in. They took the boat lift apart, and then they had put it back together, but the bunks needed to be recarpeted. There's carpeting on them, like that indoor-outdoor stuff, so the boat doesn't get scratched, obviously, when it drives up on it to get lifted out of the water. Am I getting this through to you? So, these boards, though, are, I don't know, 2x8s, treated, heavy boards. What were they? 12 feet long, maybe? Long. So we had to, the boat lift is hanging on cables, very precariously, swinging around over the water. We have to get down on there. There's nothing to hold on to, barely. And someone that did the seawall happened to luckily have left like a flotation device, a big piece of plywood with styrofoam on the bottom as a floating platform that was really, I don't know, maybe a 5x5 at the biggest. So we were able to stand on top of the water and get down in there, handing back and forth each other tools and the boards, and then we got them up on the seawall and we recarpeted them and put them. Let me tell you, bending over at 64 years old, my back, and I'm going to the gym all the time. Pete even gave me hell about it. He said, you go to the gym, you work out, you do all these exercises, and he doesn't do anything. And he does this all the time. I was dead. I came home. I looked like I lived in the woods and hadn't took a bath in a month. He gave me one of these uniform shirts to wear. I had to lay down on my belly and hand him things, you know, down to the water before the tide came up. I mean, I looked like a mess. And I came home to this camper. I went straight into that shower. I didn't even turn my hot water heater on. I didn't care if the water was cold, which it's not really cold in these temperatures we've got here. Plus, it was still warm from Miss Tammy used it this morning, I think. But I got a shower and I dropped 4 Advil and I laid down that bed. You know, I didn't really sleep, but I just closed my eyes. I even put on like some sleep music on YouTube. My back was killing me. The Advils finally kicked in. I drank 2 bottles of Gatorade. I took some water with me, but I didn't have any Gatorade. I should have been smarter. I had no breakfast this morning. And we'll get into the diet stuff in another video, because I got a lot of people telling me, oh, you shouldn't have took the oatmeal back. It's got good carbs, blah, blah, blah. And that's true. I'm not saying that's not true. I love that oatmeal. I'm going to probably get it again. But anyway, I just drank some water. And I need a Gatorade. Let's turn this one more time. What do you think? I like them well done. Yeah. I've got a Caesar salad kit I'm going to make inside. I'm going to break that all up on top of it. So it's going to be like a burger, a bunless burger. Let me just turn the propane off. Let me show you what I'm doing here. Hang on. We'll turn this off. We'll turn it off here. We'll disconnect it. And then I'll put my camper line back on. And turn the gas back on so we have a way to have hot water if we need it, and turn the propane on. So I didn't drink any Gatorade. I was just drinking this water, and I got home and I drank 2 bottles of Gatorade, took the Advil, and now life is slowly seeping back into me. I need to go down to the laundromat. I have a lot of laundry that needs to be done. I'm going to probably do that later today. But I picked up a hundo from Mr. Pete, and he's a good payer. His credit's good. Cash money. I got a $100 bill laying in there. Well, 250s laying in there on the counter. And now that's behind me. I'm glad I did it. It was tough, but I crushed it.